afternoon, lovelies. Who's in the house? Come on in. Let's get busy. Things to do today. Day minus T-1. One more day. And we start on the sprint tomorrow. Who's here? Well, I see people coming in. Nobody has said hello yet. There she is. Hi, Kathy. Good afternoon. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Marguerite. You got rain in Missouri. Hello, Jennifer. Doris, good to see you. There's Joanne, ready to sprint. Tomorrow's the day. Hello, Sarah. Yolanda. No problems with the earthquake. I'll tell you the little story. Suzanne is here, so does Lizzie. Yay. Cynthia. Hello. Susan's here too. And Abigail. Hi, Tina. Denise is here. Suzanne. Lucy. Melissa. And Susan. Patricia's here too. That's so good to see. Corliss, yay. Hello, lovelies. It is so good to see everyone, and more are coming in, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I started a couple of minutes late. Just took a little, a minute to get on today. Sarah's asking, how's the book coming? It is almost there. I just need to, I need to dedicate just a day to going through it. I've got it all laid out, and I've gone through a few things, made lots of notes. You know how it is. No, you don't. Maybe you do. That's how it is, the end stages of book writing. It's crazy. Hi, Angie and Jenna. I missed a few of you, too, previous to that. Hello, hello, and everyone, thank you so much for showing up today. It is Sunday, and Sunday is our day of, we call it Nun Day, no bra, no makeup. Well, I threw a little makeup on, but I'm not going to tell you about anything else. So it is my, apparently I have an attitude day shirt. Yeah, I do. I have an attitude. So yesterday we had, just to let you know a little bit about, I've been getting a lot of text messages, everybody saying, are you okay from the earthquake? Yesterday afternoon, after the show and everything, I was, doing a little work. A little rain was coming through. It's, I live in a rainforest, so, that's pretty much par for the course, which is cool. It happens. It gets rid of the humidity, and we don't normally really have humidity here in the mountains of North Carolina, but it starts to get a little sticky for like an hour, and then all of a sudden here comes the rain and it clears it out. Cool. Well, yesterday it was a thunderstorm of epic proportion, and it was all around us. Mark said he saw from his window, he saw the lightning hit. We thought for sure it was a tree on our property. It wasn't. But, oh, I'm going to sneeze. How does that happen, right? Excuse me. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, so it just came down, it came down, it came down, and the rain, I had to shut all the windows, and the lightning kept going. I mean, it scared me. I was standing, we have like this catwalk between our two offices, and I was standing there because it was away from windows and everything, and just hoping that it was going to end, because it just kept coming. It wasn't just the rain, it was just the crashing thunder and lightning. It was just intense. Then all of a sudden we got hit really hard, and electricity was gone. That was it for the day. Cool. So we, went to bed, and, we used our generator and what have you, we grilled some pork chops and had a salad, so that was cool. But, you have to open up the refrigerator. And so I was just trying to do everything really quick, and it was fine. We used the generator. Everything was fine. And then, the electricity came on about 4:30 in the morning, and I know that because all of a sudden my hall light is on. So, anyway, I go turn that off. Then this morning, I wake up and I thought, what is that? And Mark he was on his iPad, and he was in bed too, and he was, doing some Facebook stuff or whatever. And he goes, I think we we just had an earthquake. And I said, an earthquake? That doesn't feel like an earthquake. I know earthquakes. I'm from California. And sure enough, we had a 5.1 earthquake in Sparta, North Carolina, which is sort of northeast of Wilkesboro, Boone area. Far from us, but still we felt a little bit of something. 5.1 is a substantial earthquake. But we will rebuild. You know, I make jokes about it because this is, you know, in comparison to what I have felt in California with big ones, this is pretty plain Jane stuff. So earthquakes, thunder and lightning, like I said in my Facebook post, that was not on my bingo card. So it's just, you know, every day I'm kind of looking, is the apocalypse coming? You know, what's next? I'm looking for the horseman. Anyway, wow, how about that? So I just wanted to, you know, I'm going to kind of take a little bit of a day off. You know, it was, I'm just a little tired, and it just kind of stressed me out a little bit. Don't mind telling you. That was a lot in less than 24 hours. And I thought, you know, just, you know, there's always something going on, isn't there? Earthquakes, you know, there's no famine, there's no locusts, there's no murder hornets as far as I know. We do have a pandemic, however, going on. And, you know, it just seems like there's a continual thingy going on. Don't know what to say about that. Anyway, I wanted to talk about, we're going to talk about what leads to success, because we do have a sprint coming up, as you well know. But first, I'm going to give you our new quote of the week. You ready for it? And I'm going to read it a little differently. Woman cannot discover new oceans unless she has the courage to lose sight of the shore. That's André Gide. I think this is kind of really good for all of us in that we have a tendency to want everything very safe and very same, right? I mean, we're all like that. Risk and danger is in the unknown. That's how our brains operate. But we have to lose sight of the shore if we're going to discover a new way of doing things, and to understand a little something about ourselves, and to dig out the gold that's inside. All of us have so much more strength than we know, have so much inside of us, so much beauty, so much magnificence even. I mean, we are made in the image of God. Read that, and, you know, wonderfully and fearfully and wonderfully made. So there's got to be something inside of there, right? Maybe a lot of us have left that dormant for a long time. But we're going to talk about getting to the place of really digging for that gold, because it's there. I guarantee you it's there. We all have it. Tomorrow we are starting the sprint. Always. We do that once a month, and it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited for that. And setting up for it is massively important. That is what today is about. Use it. Use today. We have our supplement of the week is our multivitamin. We just got this in. Now we have a bunch of them. I have no idea. There's been a ton flying out the door. So take advantage of this, because what we do in our supplement of the week is we buy a lot, as many as we, you know, can. And then because of the volume, we are able to offer a discount. So if you buy 3, we will put the 4th one in your cart for you. And if you live in the United States, you can get free shipping just by putting "ships free," all one word, in the promo window when you're checking out. Isn't that so cool? Kathy, I can't do a thing about that, honey. I'm really sorry. Yeah, the birds are out there, but I don't know that they're outdoing me. Maybe turn up your volume. So get that. Grab that right now while you can, because this goes away. Everybody's asking me that. Would I take the multivitamin and the Core 4? Likely not. For some people, they want the Core 4. Some people want this. I mean, you know, the worst thing that's going to happen is you'll pee it out. It's not like you're going to overdo. It's not like you're going to suddenly go into, you know, vitamin toxicity, whatever that is. It's not going to be bad for you. But this is really good for people who are, they're just pill phobic, you know, because it's easy. You take 2 caps, you're done. And it's a good thing for spouses, even though it's created for women, it's not going to hurt a man. It's good for everyone. You know, this is, everybody should at least be on a multi. You know, if I had my way, I would create a plan for everyone. There you go. Yeah, that's what I would do, but I can't. So because I can't, I've got things on my website that are all for women, all for specific purpose, and all things that I use myself. But I have been asked and asked and asked about the multi. Will you get one in? Will you get one in? I got one in. Here you go. And it's good stuff. So there's the multivitamin. Buy 3, you will get the 4th one absolutely free. And if you put the ships free in the little promo window, that's gonna add up too. Yes, I did develop the multi. I did it with my formulator. You know, I have my own ideas, and I get on the phone. We talk about it and tell them this is what I want. I send over research and say, based on this, what would you recommend milligram wise? Fish oil, I believe, is here. It's the Bio Omega 3X. I believe we still have that. I know we just ran out of L-glutamine. We had a run on it, but it's on its way. Everything is, you know, anything that's out is being produced next week. We did get that much back from our production guy. So keep our people. Jason is my formulator. Eli is our production guy, and he's just really good. They're all really good. They've just, you know, I was in despair months ago, and now I'm shouting their praises from the mountaintop. So these guys are great. They've taken really good care of us. They're doing a fantastic job. And you know, you're gonna get the best quality that I can possibly bring to you at a good price. That's my goal. Supplements are important. Once upon a time, they weren't. You know, they just didn't, you know, they just weren't. But in 50 years, we have managed to really screw up some stuff. And one of the problems that we have is in our agriculture with all the GMO crap that's out there, and lots and lots of you know, Roundup everywhere. It's really sad, and it's really destroying the environment, and it's destroying our own microbiome. So it destroys the Earth's microbiome. It destroys us as well. You know, I'm not a big tree hugger. Of course, I'm somewhat of an environmentalist. I recycle and I don't drink out of plastic. You know, I don't buy water. I filter my own, and all of that. And I think we need to be stewards of the stuff that we use. But we also need to be really aware that food is just not the same that it was even 50 years ago. There is studies out there to show that. The tomato that you bought 50 years ago has 40% less vitamin C than it does today. And it's part of our agricultural practices, and it's also just part of a very depleted soil. Selenium used to be, you know, in the soil. It is no longer in the soil. You've got to supplement with selenium. That's going to be coming, by the way. We've got that on the way. I've got a whole thing coming on some like 5 immune system type supplements that are all really, really good for immunity. I'm going to do a webinar on immunity and teach you guys on how to understand your immune system and what to do about it. It'll be free. Hopefully I'll be able to have that out in September, but I've been studying a lot on that and using a lot of research papers to you know, move the needle, so to speak, and working with my formulator on the supplements that I want to put to go with that'll just help and protect. That's what we're looking at, help and protect. There's nothing else we can do, right? We live in a world that's just completely changed. Wouldn't you say? A year ago, would you have thought that we'd be in the middle of a pandemic like this, you know, with 160,000 Americans dead? Worldwide, even worse, closing in on how many? 6 million cases? 5 million? I don't even know anymore. But the world has changed. We need to be flexible and change with it. We need to know what to do and how to create our a healthy body. You know, one of the things that we need to do, sorry y'all, it's just not politically correct, I know, but we gotta lose the weight. You know, we gotta lose weight. The studies that are out that are showing the folks that get hit with the pandemic, they're heavy and they're obese and they are morbidly obese, and they are getting hit harder. And it was very interesting. I listened to a podcast recently about why, and a lot of it has to do with the cellular changes that are in your body. It also has to do with inflammation, y'all. Inflammation. And how many times do I talk about this? I mean, I'm like crazy about all this inflammation. And inflammation is the thing that we have got to be eradicating from our systems. So when I say to you, get rid of inflammation, let's get rid of belly fat, I'm not just, finding, excuse me, I'm not just making this stuff up as I go. It is all, this is our quest. This is what we need to be about. So tomorrow we start the sprint. The sprint. Yeah, you've heard me talk about it a bazillion times. And yes, you can go get it just at savingdinner.com, the sprint. Excuse me, I don't know what the heck is that about. I'm back. But you can also get our webinar that I just did this week that is going to give you all just show you the whole thing, break it all down so that you can understand it, soup to nuts. It's going to help. So savingdinner.com/burn if you've got an hour that you want to invest and take notes and get your thing. This is the whole thing. And this is why I said, planning is the way to success. I wrote down preparation creates a path to success. It does. Preparation is like nothing else. Have you ever noticed that when you were really prepared, how confident you felt about going forward? Have you ever noticed that? And have you ever noticed that the more prepared, there's no such thing as over preparate. Well, maybe a little bit. That's when you get into perfectionism and get a little bit nutty. But I'm talking about making your bone broth, reading the recipes thoroughly, understanding what's ahead of you, and just taking this in and personally having responsibility and ownership for it. Have you noticed how much different you feel about it rather than just shooting from the hip? Have you noticed too, it's highly stressful to always be doing things last minute. It raises your cortisol. It puts so much stress on you. It's nuts. Why do we do that to ourselves? And I am one of the worst offenders. I have written 10 books with a publisher, and each time I have pushed the envelope to when my manuscript was due, it's always last minute Sally. It's just crazy. So this is the thing that I want to say to you. Take your time to put some stuff together. Take your time to do the preparation. Take your time, read it, understand it, and do it. Now, I know that we all we like easy peasy. We like just show up and it just comes to you and it's just that simple. Yeah, I like that too. I like it. And I ordered a Peloton bike because I'm the type of gal that needs something that's going to challenge me. And this is going to challenge me, I've ordered bike shorts so that my butt doesn't get sore. I've got all of my things set up, and I'm still just a little nervous about it coming up and having to set up the thing and get on the leaderboard and doing all of that. But you know what? I'm all in. I'm invested. I've got little pamphlets and things that I need to read, and I'm going to be ready. When that thing arrives here, I am going to be ready, and I'm going to step into that challenge with bike shorts that aren't, so my butt doesn't hurt, my shoes all ready to go, and I'm going to do it. Equipped, read, prepared, and just going to go full out. That's what I want you to do for the sprint. And the reason why is the success, it's indisputable. The success comes from the people who are prepared. The success in this group, and you can see, we've got like 2,800, 2,700, I don't even know how many people anymore. But all of the ones that have had this enormous success, they show up, they do the work, they do the preparation, they've got pictures, this is what I've done, and then they come back, and on Monday morning when everybody comes to report, 7 days later, they've got incredible success story to tell about. And then some of them go a step further and get into the coaching things that I have and all of that. And then they're the ones keeping off the weight, and they're the ones that are cheering everybody else on. It's incredible. And you know what predicated all of that? They prepared for it. Preparation is the path to any kind of success that you want in your life. You know, you've planned a wedding, I bet. And did you prepare for that, or just shoot from the hip and hope for the best? You know, no, you have to prepare ahead of time. You have to get the venue. You have to get all these, you know, you have to get all these things together. You have to lay out the guest list. I mean, there's so many details. And this little plan that I'm talking about, there's not a lot of details. There's some. And I've laid it all out so that I can give you, I have given you all the information. You know, I've given you all the information. I've given you all the science behind it. And I put this together, pieced it all together. This is a few years ago, recognizing it's got to be low carb, recognizing we got to add some fat in there and get kind of keto-ish, but not all the way, because that's too unhealthy, because that can be just too much. Then I looked at it and said, well, it's got to have this much movement. So I added that in. The hydration's important. The sleep is important. And added all the pieces in there and laid it all out for you. Because that's the path to success. When you understand something, you do it. You know, when you understand something, it makes you feel more confident. And when you prepare for it and put something into it, and then, I mean, this is, to me, is kind of paying your dues, you know? You don't get anything, I mean, this is a free program, but you got to put something into it. And I'm asking you to put something into it, period. Take the time. Take the time to watch the webinar. It's savingdinner.com/burn. It's going to give you all the information and help you. The whole thing. Register for it. You know, go to savingdinner.com/sprint if you just want to pick up the program, don't want to look at the thing. It's up to you. But print it off and read it. And then come into the group and be prepared. Don't be that woman who's asking questions because it's obvious you haven't read it, you know? And I always see this. I see people shooting from the hip, and you can tell that they didn't prepare, and then they're gone. In 4 days, they're gone because they have the attention span of a gnat, which I get. We all do. But the difference is if you decide that success is something that you want, you're going to prepare for it. If you decide you want to go all in and you want to take this 7 days and just make it all your own, you're going to go all in. You're going to show up, you're going to do the work, you're going to have the food available that you need, and you're just going to go all in. And if you've got a question, you're going to show up in the group. You're going to ask a question. And you're going to have 15 wonderful women who've got your back coming to you and saying, I can help you with that. You know, I have never, ever, ever in my life seen success without preparation. It just doesn't happen. So what do you want? You want some success? And I say this, you know, this is just a 7-day plan. I mean, I think it's a good one. I think it's an excellent one. I think it's some of the best work I've ever done in my 25 plus years of being a nutritionist. But I'm going to tell you what, getting into it and getting into the weeds of it, understanding it, preparing for it, and being that woman who has decided that she's going to go the extra mile. She's going to show up into the group. She's going to take pictures of her food even, and just even go a little bit extra. She's the one who's going to have just incredible success. She's the one I'm going to be talking about next week and saying, did you see so-and-so? Look at her success. Have you been watching? I just had 44 women join the last couple of days. Added them all in. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Joanne just shared right here. And Joanne is, you know, one of my blazing success stories. She said the 7 days can change your life. She's not kidding. And if you could ask Joanne, if you could sit her down and interview her, you know what she would tell you? She would tell you that these 7 days changed her life. Not just the size pants that she's wearing, but the way she thinks, the things that she does, and how she's, you know, viewed her life. Because we get into the weeds on everything. And just the start of changing some of the things up, you know, of the food and what have you, yeah, that is definitely the path. And I just want to add this one other thing too. You know, I always tell you it's inflammation, body, and it's belly fat especially. But, you know, we have inflammation in other places in our lives, not just in our bodies. We have inflammation in our lives. We have inflammation in the way we view things. You know, it's not, we're hand wringers, and we get excited and just freaked out, and everything's a big deal. We see things in a very negative, pessimistic view. And in this place where we are, we view things as an opportunity. We view things as a way to as a way to view our lives. It's not just about those genes. It's not just about anti-inflammatory foods. It's about an anti-inflammatory view of life. You know, life can be beautiful if you choose it to be that way. Life can be an incredible blessing, and blessings can just pour out of the sky all over your head if you choose to look for them. We make choices here. And this is one of the ways that we start. We start with the food, because this is what fuels your life. And I want to see you on Monday playing full out and getting everything that you can out of the sprint. Because while it might be a free program, I'm asking you to give back to me, okay? Personally. Yeah, give back to me. Show up. Do the work. Be that woman. Will you do that for me? Pinkies up. First thing Monday morning, you get this out. It's your little measuring thing. Write it all down, sister. Measure and weigh, both. And the reason why? Sometimes the weight doesn't show up, but the inches fall. There's a little readjustment going on in your body. I don't want you to be a slave to that, to the scale at all. Anti-inflammatory, it's a good word. Anti-inflammatory with everything. An anti-inflammatory view toward life. That's where the success is. And that's where the blessings are. Because if you're looking for it, it's going to find you. I promise. Pinkies up. Now go get ready. And I will see you bright and early Monday morning in the sprint group. Right now, I'm going into the sprint group. So if you're here and you're a part of the sprint group, I'll see you in there in just half a sec. Peace.